Hi, Robbie Susan Chandler here from RobbieSusanCardsandCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who lives in Quincy, Florida, right outside Tallahassee, Florida. I hold classes in my home if you live in the area, and I'd love for you to come over and attend a class with me. Otherwise, I'm going to provide a class here with a video for you. So our card today we're making with the stamp set Mixed Florals, and here is the card. Now I'll also be posting another video with this stamp in the stamp set, but today I'm using the one with what I call the cone flower. So this is the card, and it's a tall, what I call bookbind, and here's the inside, and I'll share all the supplies and stamps for this. But this is our stamp, and in fact I'll go ahead and show you what's with that stamp set and dies. The dies cut several things. Alright, here's the die that cuts the flower, and we also have this piece that's part of the dies, and it looks like this, which I really like this piece. You see it kind of hiding there behind my flower. I think it really adds. So that's also included in this die set. Okay, so let's look at all our other pieces for this card. You set this right up here. And let me put my little tool thing out of the way. This is my desktop crafty tool caddy, and I sell these now for $22, which includes shipping. And if you're interested in one, just drop me a comment below and we'll talk about how you can get one. Alright, so our card base, this is Azure Afternoon. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4 and 3 1/4. Now what you do, you fold it in half on the 4 1/4, and then you bend it back at the 3 1/4, and you're going to glue this part down, which looks like, I got it right here, it looks like this. So it's got a little bookbind there. Alright, so that's your first piece, and then on top of that, on this side, well, let's do this side first. We have this little strip, and it's 5 1/4 by 7/8, and this paper and the other sheet on the front that's 3 by 5 1/4 both come from this pack of paper called Mixed Media Florals. I'll turn it over. Mixed Media Florals Designer Series paper. And there's some really pretty pieces in here. Let's see what's on the back of that. See, this piece has a border around it, which is really pretty. And there's this piece, and then you've got some, I'm going to try to describe those. Then you've got a watercolor on the back, then some stripes, and then another piece in these colors. And then if you don't like these colors, oh, and here's another piece. And the other card that I'm going to show you with this same stamp set, I'm going to use this piece of paper. And then if you don't like the colors in the pack, you can always use this black piece and color them the color you want. So this is a really versatile pack, really pretty. The main colors in it are Boho Blue, Calypso Coral, Flirty Flamingo, Poppy Parade, Shy Shamrock, some of my favorite colors. Okay, so now we've got our base, our two DSPs on the front. In fact, I'll go ahead and show you those right here. I've got them glued on there. And then inside, this piece is also 3 by 5 1/4. And I don't think I showed you the inside. Here it is. When you open up, you've got this cute spring corners stamp set. I've got to show that to you. It's this one right here. I love these because they're corner shaped, and you can put them inside and make these cute little corners. And then here's a little daisy. Now you're not going to find any of these in the catalog, so I'm going to give you links below to all of them. These are just listed out there in our online store. Alright, so we've got our two pieces glued on the front and our inside. So now, let's see, here's this piece. I don't need it right now. And we glue this one inside. Oh, and then the other piece, you need one for your banner or your sentiment. And a stamp Time to Celebrate. And this actually comes from the Bistro Burger. and it's time to celebrate. And I just put that right down here on the bottom, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so I've got this together. I went on and put my little greenery piece on. So now I'm ready for the flower, and I've got my inside in. So all that's left is the flower. All right, and I showed you that I stamped it. And by the way, I stamped my inside in Asher Afternoon ink. And this is stamped in Memento Tuxedo Black. Now, my suggestion is to take boho blue and a brush and change this white background to blue. And I'll show you when I finish coloring why. So let me put that aside, but I would do this first, and then when you start coloring, it just colors right over. So the colors I used are Dark Daffodil Delight for that part of the flower. I'm gonna lay that there. And then for my leaves, I usually outline these parts in here with the darker color first. And this is Dark Mossy Meadow. And then I came back and colored the leaves in with the light Mossy Meadow. Now my little light flowers here were colored with light Calypso Coral. And that's also the same color I used on the tips of the coneflower. And the darker area is the darker Calypso Coral. So those were all the blends that I used on this flower. And then, as you can see, I put the Wink of Stella to it. Can you see that shine? So it's got Wink of Stella on it. Now, I wanted to show you one that I did not do the blue background. Alright, so you see this one is the white background, and this one's I brushed over, blended in the blue. And I'm going to lay it on my card front and let you see the difference. So here is the white. Alright, to me, it just kind of sits there. It looks like it's not part of the background. So that's why I wanted to brush the blue on it. Now you see how well that blends in? It looks like it's just part of the scenery here. And it blends in. There's just something about that stark white background when you've got a colored background that just kind of drives me crazy. So this is the one I brushed in blue. I'm going to place it right here, up a little bit. And then I'm going to put my sentiment so it covers my stem and the bottom of my grass there, so it kind of grounds in. And I cut the end off. This was a little bit longer. Yeah, see, this was a little bit longer, and I just cut one end off. So let's put that about right there. Now I put these little gems. They're called Adhesive Back Solid Gems. And I have this brown color here, and I want to put a blue one, let's say right there in the blue. And up here at the top, let's put a medium size yellow one. There we go. And you know, there's something about these little gems that just seem to add to a card. Anyway, here's the card. So don't you think that looks much better than if it was just the white? So I'm going to take this one and put the blue, brush the blue on it, and finish another card with it. So I hope you like this card. It's really pretty easy and easy to color, and a nice set. And look for my next card to be posted with this same stamp set. I call it the tulip one. So please like my video, subscribe to my channel. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. And if you would like to join a team, I'd love for you to be on my team. So until next time, happy crafting.